Top of the morning, my Cadillacers. Top of the morning, my Cadillacers. Top of the morning, kinfolk. It's the Cadillac Top Morning Show. I am your host, Macaroni, Big Tony Jones in the building. Salute to everybody watching this morning. Happy holidays. You know what I'm talking about? If it's your first time checking in, let me know what country, what state, what province, what street corner, what penthouse in the sky you checking in from, because we worldwide and it's nothing but love. Wherever you are in the world, I send you love, blessings, prayer. I hope your family's good, your health is straight, and your finances even better. Now that we done got that out the way, it's a long intro, but I got to do it like that. You know what I'm saying? I got to do it like that. You know what I'm saying? We done got some drama to get into today. I said, man, look, when 50 came out with that documentary, The Reckoning, it pissed off a lot of people. So now Ja Rule, listen carefully now, Ja Rule and 50 Cent, baby mama, the first one, Marquise's mom, they done followed each other, which could only lead to one thing. They teaming up. They teaming up. And they're looking for victims of 50. You know what I'm saying? They're looking for victims. Shit can get ugly. Well, before we get into that, Gene Deal got to speak because Gene's saying, if they niggas gonna team up, 50's ready.
I want to get your take on this.
Big brother G, tell Fifth that Ja Rule and his first baby mama started following each other on IG an hour ago. Prepare for the worst. Jay-Z, Ja Rule, Roc Nation, Desiree Perez are out to get him out of the paint. Alert. Listen here. Everybody that it says, and Desiree Perez, all them people got dirt under them, bro. You understand? They got all them people got dirt on their fingernails. Jay-Z got dirt in his fingernails. You understand? Jay-Z was messing with young girls from our block. Tiring them. I'm putting it out there. You know what I'm saying? I'm picking a side. Desiree, husband, was a former drug dealer that she turned on a whole cartel. All of them got dirt on them. And 50 got they dirt. You understand? 50 gonna know they dirt. Because 50 got investigators, he got people that's in the street. So if they go at him, listen here, I deem him like myself, 10 times the normal man. He gonna do what he gotta do. And the whole thing about it is they trying to retaliate on him for something he did to somebody else. I feel that it's something worth seeing. It's something worth coming around because all that shit is about to fall. All that shit that we seen in the industry, these demons,
But here's my thing, though. I'm sorry. Nah, hold on, man. Everybody mad at 50 for doing something on goddamn Diddy. You know how much niggas this shit on Diddy? That's one. All right. But how come none of you niggas ain't go after none of them white folks? How come nobody didn't do nothing on Epstein or one of them other white folks and shit? Well, I mean, that's my only thing. Niggas is bringing out other niggas. Why you ain't bringing out other people? Maybe call mind your business. But this situation right here, 50 better take time before the roosters come to roost. Is that what they say? The roosters come to roost? Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. Don't let the chickens out.
Have sex and turn little boys into little girls into little boys. That shit's about to go out the window, bro. And we need to start speaking up and talking about it. We need to stop all this crazy stuff. We need people to put people out here that's doing shit like this, that's taking from people's families, that's beating women, that's drugging women.
What are you talking about, man? What the hell, man? What? But my black brothers are partying the wrong way, hugging each other front to back. Hey, man, look, bro. We don't do no dibble-dabble shit over here, man. Salute to everybody in Africa, bro. You know what I'm talking about? And whatever they doing, They got to stop that shit. I don't condone it. I don't condone whatever they doing. We don't condone that shit. You know what I'm talking about? We don't condone it.
I ain't got a problem with it. Let's go to war. Bro, first of all, they're going to try to get his baby mama stories. You know, they're going to try to get 50 baby mama stories. They're going to try to get girls that he probably dated, that he had problems and issues with and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? They're going to try to do the same thing they probably did to R. Kelly or Puff or whatever like that, and people tell their stories. You understand? But, you know, they trying to retaliate on what he did. Let him go ahead, bro. Because I think he ready for it. You don't do this shit, and you don't do the stuff that he did or sign on to the stuff that he did with Puff. Unless you got your shit in order. Don't throw no stone if you live in a glass house. Don't throw no stone if you live in a glass house. I believe 50 ready for it. If they come at him any kind of way. I heard that Diddy is trying to sue Netflix for $1 billion. Ain't nothing came up in court. That's just talk, bro. No paperwork has been put in and signed into that. They're gonna have a reason. If they was
Netflix ain't finna give Puffy $1. That's minus 90 whatever billion, 99 million. You know what I'm talking about? 999 million. You short, but they ain't gonna get it. You ain't gonna get $1.
Suing him, and he had enough reason why they didn't cease and desist the thing. Huh? If he had a leg to stand on, why they didn't cease and desist the documentary? That's just people talking. Headline news. Because had it been filed in court and they had a leg to stand on, they'd have been bringing that stuff down. Oh, we can't show it no more.
Yo, salute Chico Black, salute team play partner, man, salute. Hey, yo, $1 billion, the man that lost his man. I said, yo, Diddy ain't gonna even get $1 out of Netflix, much less he talking about $1 billion. Niggas ain't getting sued for $1 billion. You know how much money that is?
Ja Rule has been on a scavenger hunt for any and all accusations revolving 50 Cent. Anybody who has ever made an accusation against 50 Cent, he's been looking for them. He's been trying to link up with them.
Okay, all right. What you say, Henny? My black brother, I meant black Americans, okay? Come home, we don't see you as black. We see you as our brotherly kings and queens. Okay, all right. And another play. Hey, yo, man, you know, we got number love for Africa. I'm African myself. I'm from Ghana myself. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna, hey, listen, the goal is one day we gonna take a trip back to get Africa, man. I mean, we gonna fly out there, enjoy the motherland, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody all across Ghana. Africa. I'm from Ghana myself. So shout out to everybody across Ghana. Shout out to everybody all across Africa, man. You know what I'm talking about? We got love for everybody on this channel. You know what I'm talking about? Lady T, what you say? Don't people learn not to mess with 50, especially Ja Rule? Ja Rule the lost man. He the lost. I don't know him. Don't 50 and Ja Rule. What? Don't 50 and Ja Rule's career. Ja, leave him alone. He will come for you. Ja got to leave 50 the fuck alone. After what happened the first time, that nigga shut that. He did a classic way of shutting down that nigga career. I ain't seen nothing like it. He shut down his career. And now you want to start up this shit? Man, leave that nigga alone. You know what I'm talking about? Leave that nigga alone. You know what I mean?
So Ja Rule following 50 Cent's baby mama at this point in time and her following back, understand this is not no innocent foul. They're plotting against 50 Cent. Ja Rule tweeted, as you guys can see right here, keep the info coming. 50 Cent victims deserve to be heard, and they will.
What makes you say he did it, though?
Yo, but listen. Okay, yo, listen. We heard what Gene Deal had to say. Gene said he's riding with 50. 80% of the poll said 50 already won. Y'all said, yo, fuck it. Y'all ain't got a leg to stand on. You know what I'm saying? He ain't got a leg to stand on. But what Marquise's mom got to say. Now, if she got the receipts, and if there's other people, victims of 50, then she can get ugly. I'm telling you, can get ugly.
We
got
got
into
into
fuck out of here. Hold on. All right.
a fight that Monday at my lawyer's office. I have a police report. He threatened me. He tried to hit me, but I ran. He threatened me. He said he was going to have someone come do something. He said, and watch how I get down. He said it. And that Friday, I do believe that was Monday. That Friday, I had to do my deposition. I was taking my piece to school. A Magnum car was following me. I don't know if you remember the Dodge Magnums, and everybody knew back then all of G-Unit members rode Dodge Magnums. Was following me to Marquise's school. I ditched the car, drove to Queens, and drove to my grandma's house. Mia was already in school. I get to the courthouse. I do my deposition. I come back outside. It was a guy following me, trying to intimidate me, to the point where my lawyer was so worried that she would just please be careful. So he was trying to kick me out the house, and he couldn't get me out the house. And that's another thing where he says, like, oh, he went to Suffolk County. They gave me an eviction, but I took it to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court allowed me to stay, so he couldn't get me out the house at the time.
So this is when 50 burned down the house. She painting the picture. 50 tried to evict her. Now imagine you're trying to evict your wife and kids out the goddamn house. Where they gonna live? You know what I mean? But then again, maybe it's his house. I don't know. Anyway, now she says she being followed around and all kind of shit. You know, the only thing she gonna have to prove is if you saw the nigga, can you verify who the fuck he is? You know what I'm saying? If a nigga's following you around, you got to be able to verify, nigga, I saw his face. You know what I'm saying? If he's trying to intimidate you, you know what I'm saying? You know who he is. That's the only part I had to say. I don't know.
And then his lawyer, and I have in my deposition papers, which once I started doing my YouTube channel, I have to be able to side by side and bring up stuff. His lawyer actually asked me where was my evidence, and that was the first part of the house to burn down. I don't think that was a coincidence.
Right. Who's on the house at the time when it got set on fire?
It was. That's another thing. He tried to create the narrative. It was me, my boyfriend. No man lived with me in that house. And I will repeat, no man lived with me in that house. No man, except for Marquise, and he wasn't a man at the time. He was a child. It was me, my daughter.
There couldn't have been no man that lived in the house. You imagine if 50 got wind, a nigga lived in the house? If 50 got wind, a nigga would, you know what I mean, busting out the back in the nighttime in the house? Yo, nigga. It's over. It's over.
Marquise, a family friend, and she had gotten into an argument with her husband. So it was her and her son and my youngest sister. My mom had passed away, so I had custody of my youngest sister.
How old was your children?
Well, he's probably about 12. Mia probably about maybe 16, 17.
Do you think it was a move to try to scare you or try to get rid of you? What do you, deep down, like, what do you think the motive was behind to really get rid of you or to scare you out of the house, honestly speaking?
I think it was to kill us. Because the time, it wasn't like it happened when the kids were in school. Maybe I was there by myself, or it happened the hours you're sleeping. No one's up. It was still dark outside, to the point where when I heard the glass shatter, because what happened was Marquise was sick that day. Even though I was going to take him to school, like I said, the car was following me, but he was.
Before she tells the story, if what she's saying is true, in the middle of the night, pow, window broken, fucking fire. That nigga sound like a setup. They got 50 written all over it. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm not going to lie. And I love 50. 50 my nigga. But that got 50 written all over it. Cause we know that nigga petty as a motherfucker. Petty as a motherfucker. You know what I mean?
sick. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna ditch this car. I don't feel safe taking him to school, but I'm gonna take him to my grandma's house. So Marquise was sick that day. I could not sleep. And that's why I said, I don't want to get all holy roll on everybody, but that's when I say, if you don't know God is real, I feel sorry for you. Because I could not sleep. At the time, I was sleeping downstairs in the guest room. Everyone else was upstairs. I waited. Like I said, a close family friend, her husband, and they got into an argument. So I waited for her, or I slept on the couch in the family room. I brought her.
I'm just taking what she's saying. Bitch, you got all them people living in my house. Nah, nigga, the only motherfucker supposed to be in my house is your mama and Marquise and yourself, and these other motherfuckers, your friend and this person and that person, and who they got into an argument. Who cares? Why they in my house? And get them out. You know what I mean? I can only imagine what 50's thinking. You know what I mean? Them niggas ain't supposed to be in my house. It's my house.
House, set her upstairs, and I stayed in the guest room downstairs. I could not sleep. I kept waking up. And so I said, you know what? I said, Marquise is like, let me go check on him, because Marquise had a habit of throwing up in his sleep. So I said, you know what? Let me check on him. I'm just going to just check on him. And then I ended up getting into bed with him. But so let me just keep, because he was kept coughing. So I was like, you know what? I get scared he's going to throw up in his sleep, and choke. Marquise's coughing kept me from being in a deep sleep, but I still was concerned about what was going on. Like I said, people were following me. They were at the courthouse, so I was concerned. But I couldn't quite get into a deep sleep. So Marquise's bedroom was in front of the house. So once I heard the glass shatter, I went to the front of the house, and it was pitch dark. I couldn't see anything. So just in that second, I came from Marquise's room to the top of the stairs. I went down maybe 3 steps, and the flames just shot up to the ceiling. It was just, we couldn't even make it downstairs.
So you're the first person that's seen the fire. What I'm getting from this, right? So
I heard the glass shatter. So my daughter said, she said she thought I broke something, because all she heard was me cursing. But for some reason, I was so enraged. I was like, this motherfucker. This motherfucker sent somebody to burn the house down. So my daughter said she just heard.
Yo, Ja Rule got some ammo. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. If this story is true, that nigga got some ammo. And if there's some other motherfuckers, yo, nigga. Let there be at least 3 other motherfuckers. The nigga got a documentary. Yep. He got a whole Netflix documentary. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, if he can get 3 more motherfuckers, and this bitch telling this story, and I'm telling you, bro, if she's telling the truth, it sounds believable. I mean, well, she's not lying. The house burnt down. You know what I'm saying? So she's not lying. The house burnt down in mysterious ways. You know what I mean?
Glass and me cursing, so she just assumed that I dropped the glass or something, and I just kicked into action. I just got everybody out their rooms. We had like a little bonus room upstairs, like we had like a couch and a television and stuff. We couldn't get.
Lady T, yo, but would 50 really burn the house down with his son in it? What? With his son in the house? Yes. Absolutely. Got that right. That nigga and his son is estranged badly. That nigga don't like the kid. He don't like him at all. You know what I'm saying? Listen, bro. 50 is the coldest motherfucker I ever known in hip hop. I don't put nothing past that nigga ever. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's bad, but I ain't put it past him. You know what I mean?
We couldn't go that way, so then we go to my sister's bedroom. So my sister's bedroom had like a little awning, like where the backyard and the pool was. So I kicked out the screen so we could jump down to the awning to jump out. So I saw a man there. So I got a little hesitant. I was like, oh my gosh, what if he's coming to finish us off? And it happened to be an off-duty police officer.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, so he was already on the phone with 911. He said so later on I found out he saw the smoke, and he was going to get his daughter from, like, I think he said she was at a hotel. You know how they have prom parties at a hotel, and he said the highway was.
Yo, Chico, what you say? I believe my G 50 Cent is petty as fuck. Yo, 50 is the pettiest nigga in the history of rap. And the game of hip hop, 50 is the pettiest nigga. So that's why I'm saying, I could believe 50 will pay a nigga, yo, listen, burn down the goddamn house. If I can't get her out, burn that motherfucker. Let them all leave. I can see him doing it. I'm not gonna lie. I can see him doing it.
Whichever way he takes, it didn't take him that way. He saw the smoke, came up the driveway, and saved our lives. Saved our lives.
Y'all got out from the downstairs or the upstairs? From the upstairs
We
window?
couldn't make it downstairs. I said, like, I got to the fourth step, and the flames engulfed. Like, it just shot. Like, literally, it looked like a movie. Like, I can't explain. Like, it just.
Now, I'm a keen listener, though. How the fuck did the police get there so fast? Now, that's why I got to know. The nigga just happened to be around? Just happened to be in the neighborhood? How by the time y'all niggas got to the backyard, there's a police officer there? That's what she said. I don't know, man. I could have swore that's what she said. I don't know.
Just like, it just went from the floor to the ceiling. So we couldn't make it downstairs.
So what you do? You jumped out the windows?
Yeah, we
climbed
jumped out
down?
the window out of my sister's. My sister, where her bedroom was towards the back of the house. So she had an awning, like from the sliding door. So we jumped down from her window to the awning to the floor. But the off-duty police officer was there to break our fall.
I can see.
I'll tell you breaking news.
So hold on. No, listen. You live in a mansion. You just had a fucking fire. Y'all niggas gotta hop out the goddamn window. All this happens in a matter of minutes. Cause it's boom, 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 everybody gotta go. Put on your clothes, gotta go. How the fuck y'all hop the window and there's an off-duty police officer already outside? Then that means he was with the fucking nigga that did it. Like, how did he end up just there? Poof, miraculous. Come on, nigga. That's the part that don't make no sense in her story. But anyway, speaking of stories. Hold on, what we say? Thank you. That doesn't make no sense. Thank you, Lady T. I say, yo. All right. Yeah. All right. Okay. Yeah, that's what didn't make sense to me too. How was that random off-duty cop just in the neighborhood? You know what I mean? Going to pick up his daughter. So he was going to walk to pick her up. You see what I'm saying? That part of her story, I said, bitch, you lying. I said, that part, you should have left that part out. What she should have said was, we had to pop the fucking window, and we all took off running. The fact that the officer in your backyard, and you live in the mansion, so I'm assuming it's gated. That nigga, you lying. I said, nope, that's a lie. It's a definite lie. But now, speaking of liars, Fat Joe done said he done beat up, what the fuck boy name? Young Buck? Nah, that's a lie. But we gonna let Fat Joe tell the story before we debunk the lie. You know what I'm talking about?
If I never told nobody or said this story before, but because we saying that I might as well. But I caught Young Buck in that time.
Oh shit!
I never heard that story.
You know he ain't gonna tell 50 that.
Yeah, call Young Buck.
Tell us the story because he ain't gonna tell. 50.
Man, he got 2-piece legend. Like,
Oh, shit.
yeah, Young Buck, man. That nigga tried to front on me. He said, bro, I'm telling you.
They put hands on Buck.
I'm telling you.
Supposed to be no head.
No.
Oh,
all right.
man. So what
no
happened?
story or you want the story?
I want the story.
I want to hear this one. I never heard this
Nigga,
I'm out of
so I'm at like a winter jam, not a summer jam.
Found out Fat John and put hands on Young Buck. Now that's
That's
so
a
far.
fact,
I was just thinking this shit in my head. Go ahead. Just,
keep writing, Murder. Keep writing.
I'm over here writing while we doing
To this
whole
point,
shit.
he said, yo, Fat Joe a real nigga. He never told that story. To this point, he said Fat Joe real. I didn't. We was talking shit.
You already said it.
All right, fuck it.
Nah, fuck that.
Oh,
Finish
tell
that
the
shit.
story.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
I need
I
this
never
shit. Finish
heard
that
this
shit, Joe.
Damn, I want to go to Nashville, Tennessee one day.
It's
I'm
over.
good.
It's
I was
over.
just supposed to go out there, and I need.
You ain't got nothing to do with this.
You just deaded my money in that. Go ahead. So what happened, man? Go ahead, man.
Nah, he fronted on me.
Mm.
So we in Chicago, right? And if you talk about the Pistol Pete little niggas, no, I had the ugly ones with me. Ugly ones with me, right? In Chicago. And so I'm coming off stage. It's like a summer jam, but a winter jam. Right? It was winter, right? So everybody on there, Young Jeezy, Fab, there was a lot of witnesses too. I don't know. They don't never tell my stories when I'm the.
I'm not gonna lie. I got a Dominican friend. He talk just like Fat Joe. I said, yeah. Yo, their accent is the flyest. That shit's the flyest shit, bro. Some niggas is fly as fuck. Anyway, sorry. Back to the game.
Victor, I never hear the story. You know what I'm saying? So I'm getting off the stage and it's dumb dark. Like it's mad dark. And there was somebody up on the second thing. He was like, yo, crack. But I just got off stage. I'm ripping it down. Chicago. I'm walking out and says, yo, crack. You hear me, nigga? I look up. Oh, it's Young Buck. I got a water bottle in my hand. Fuck out of here. I throw the water bottle up there. I said, come down, pussy. Come down, pussy.
Damn.
Like, come down, pussy.
Damn.
Yo, I'm going crazy.
Oh.
I don't never get like.
So when he came down,
I don't know. I don't get tested. Like, it's very hard to test me. Yeah, yo, I'm telling you, I'm going.
Come on, man.
I just black out. So I'm waiting for the nigga. The nigga up there, he got to come down the staircase, right? So I'm losing my mind, right? Like, yo, come nigga. Come. He had a bunch of niggas with him, too. A bunch of Chicago dudes with him, right? So the cops come and they form like a barricade. Like, there's like 5 cops. They close the staircase so he won't come. He took too long to come down, by the way. Like, you know, when you see a nigga, you ready to tear him up. You down.
Get there.
Yeah. He's taking too long, right? And so when he comes down, he's in the staircase and he's trying to tell me, like, yo, this ain't got nothing to do. But he was just talking crazy. He tested me to see if Fat Joe was pussy. You know, a lot of niggas is pussy. They act
Joe,
like
you
they
sure he
tough,
just
but
wasn't
you catch
saying
him.
what up?
Yo, Chico ain't say lies, and more lies. Let me tell you, it's a complete lie. When the DJ that was there tells you what happens, you gonna realize this nigga tells fairy tales like a motherfucker. You know
Like
what I
he
mean?
said,
Hell no. It was at the height of the beef.
Oh.
So I'm DJ Don Juan, right? I was Young Buck's DJ from 2006 to like 2008. And yesterday I'm wondering why I'm seeing, this post about Fat Joe and this 2-piece biscuit. And so I finally stopped and watched it today, and look, man, the majority of people I know that Joe is a percentage-wise cap. There's always like something and then there's something. And it is what it is. I don't personally know Joe. I know cats that do. It is what it is. I'm not hating on podcasts. I'm a huge fan of Jadakiss. You know what I'm saying? The whole joint. You see how he just kind of put the pillow over. Look, man, I love entertainment. But I was actually there at that Chicago show. And it was a lot of people. Yes, and we were up on a top tier. And I was specifically watching this. I'm not the goon. I'm the DJ. So I'm watching everything from like, everybody's in front of me and I'm right there, right? I see this. I'm right there at that tunnel that comes down. What Joe is lying at is Joe pulled up at the bottom of that tunnel with 4 cops with him. Like they were surrounding him. Like there was already a tension in the air that the beef was going on and that Buck was going to be there. And Joe was moving around the whole time with police. I'm not knocking that. That's just exactly what happened. The police didn't just randomly pop up and form some type of...
No, I'm knocking it. Fuck that, I'm knocking it. I don't give a goddamn, I'm knocking it. All right? You knew the niggas was going to be in the building, and you had the police with you. I'm knocking it. I don't give a goddamn fuck. Nope, nope. You should have had the partners with you. You know what I'm saying? With the feds? No. But I'm pretty sure them niggas didn't have the feds with them. You know what I mean?
barricade at the tunnel. They was already with him. And yes, the police did form a barricade, but they was rolling with him from the stage all the way back to his tour bus. They was there. Buck was barking from the top. The whole crew was, because Buck was down for the unit. Buck was down for 50. I know things have happened, but everywhere we went, you was not going to disrespect 50 Cent in front of young Buck. So Buck was like, he was barking at him, right? Joe comes into view at the bottom of that tunnel and looks up at Buck and says, yo, Buck, no disrespect to you, but 50. And when he said that, like, Buck just turned into an animal, and they just rammed down that corridor to come down. Like it was a big arena. We were in Chicago, and he starts coming down.
Yeah, I can't lie. I give Fat Joe that. He did look at the nigga and say, yo, no disrespect, but fuck 50. I give him that. I give Fat Joe that. He should just said that part of the goddamn story. You know what I'm saying? But you only said that shit because you had the fucking FBI with you. You know what I mean? That's why you said that shit.
But he can't get to him because of the police.
Hey, yo, Chico, what he said, he should be called the Lion Goat. Yeah. 1000%. He's the Lion Goat. That's going to be his name moving forward. That's going to be his name on the thumbnail.
Buck and Joe and them, as soon as Buck started coming, Joe and them took off to go to the tour buses, bro.
Reporting live from Rappers Club in Atlanta for Hype Plus News, I'm John Alpo.
All right. Now that we debunked that Fat Joe's a liar. He's a liar. You know, talks too much shit. You know what I mean? We got an update. Y'all remember them kids that beat up in Chicago? Man, Chicago's a fucked up place, man. Chicago, man. Anyway, them kids that beat up the mom and her children, we got an update.
If you can recall, a mother and her son were jumped on camera while walking from the young boys' elementary school in Chicago this November.
The little kids in them, not the big kids. The big kids not touching them. I'm saying the little kids. I should smash that bitch on my brother.
The moment would spark public outcry after video of the conversation would go viral. Many people would ask, how could something like this happen with the attackers being so young, while others would put blame on the kids' parents for not setting the right examples at home. In Chicago, parents would rally outside the school connected to the attack in support of the 33-year-old mother, Korshonda Hatter, and her son. Now, in a surprising update, it will be confirmed over the weekend that a total of 7 elementary students ranging from 10 to 13 years old would get arrested after being charged with misdemeanor battery counts. A part of their release, all of the kids involved are now required to begin assigned counseling services. The investigation is currently ongoing. According to outlet Block Club Chicago, it appears that these attacks by the group of kids is not new. In their update report, they were going to share the children that jumped Hatter and her son had already picked up a reputation for similar attacks in the past at Orville Bright Elementary, sometimes even towards adults. State Senator Willie Preston, who had been in close contact with the Hatter family, said at the time of the attack. Now, as the latest update has begun circulating, it appears that some online are not satisfied with the kids receiving only counseling for their attack. A user on X would write, counseling, they need to do community service for at least 6 months, and the cheer squad captain needs to be removed from that position.
Hey, you know what though? I'm not gonna lie. The counseling thing, they ain't gonna do shit. It's not gonna do nothing. They don't care about counseling. That's a slap on the wrist. They should be doing community service, yes. And goddamn, the one that's the captain of the cheerleading squad, she should be removed from the team. Absolutely. We need to set an example. How the fuck you done did some shit like that and you still cheerleading? And you the captain. No, you need to lose your job. Straight up.
Another would say, mom should sue the school and principal for allowing the bullying to keep happening. Civil suit. They listen to cha-ching to take things more seriously. Users on TikTok would also sound off about the kids being released and only receiving counseling.
I just heard that the children that jumped on that Chicago mother and her children, 7 of those children were charged. They were referred for counseling, taken into custody, but they were let go. They should have made their parents pay monies to get them out. Once these parents are made to pay money out of their pocket, these parents will get a hold of their kids. Start making them parents pay. Make them pay. And I hope they little ass was put in handcuffs. See, it would have kept happening because these kids wasn't being held accountable. If they old enough to jump on somebody, they old enough to go their ass to jail and make them parents pay.
Yo, she's right. Y'all niggas old enough to jump on people and try to beat up adults and rush adults and all kind of shit. Yeah, you deserve to sit in a fucking jail cell. Goddamn right, she's right. Handcuff them, Send them to jail for 24 hours and let them learn their lesson. That's it. And in the community service. I'm saying, because, yo, this is ruthless shit, bro. These kids is not, first of all, back in my day, we used to get our ass beaten at home. So we knew. And I can fuck the police. I'm scared. I'm scared of my parents. These niggas ain't scared of shit. Because they ain't scared of their parents. So how the fuck they gonna be scared of police? It starts at home.
Now, many have continued to put the blame on the parents, especially after one of the parents of the young girl identified as the school's cheerleading captain would share a response while defending her daughter. Let me say this first. My daughter is a great-ass kid. She's an AB student, captain of the cheerleading team, ahead of her class, and some more shit. All good things from every teacher. If you know, you know. We don't owe nobody an apology but that lady and her kids. So all y'all grown mother effers looking for a viral moment, please shut the F up, cause these kids gonna be kids. And it's kids out here that did way worse shit. Let alone y'all ass when y'all were 12 and 13 years old, y'all ass used to be out here beating up crackheads and all. Y'all don't know us at all. She was peer pressured. If you know my family, you know if we find a friend and a mother effer, and we gonna stand behind them 100%, no matter what, but this is definitely a lesson learned. She was held accountable for her actions. Y'all talking about it takes a village. B, she got a castle, the F, and everybody standing 10 toes behind her. I was never gonna go live making y'all mother effers feel no type of way. Once again, we don't owe y'all no apology. F y'all mother effers, know what's going on in real life, and know my kids not raised like that at all. Feel how y'all want. F y'all. Now response.
Yeah, well, based off of all those F's and mother F and this, that, and the third, there's no accountability from the mother either. And that's where your daughter gets it from. What we say in the comment section, she can always say, she's right. Facts, 100%, the lady's right. Lady 100% right. Lady two always say, she's 100% right. Make them pay. When parents are held accountable for their kids, the parents will hold their kids accountable and parent better. 1,000%. They should have paid some monies. Should find the parents too. You know what I'm saying? Let it come out of their pocket, let them feel it. Because right now, they don't give a fuck. Everybody got off easy. Them kids got off easy as fuck. You know what I mean?
To the latest charges, that same mother appears to have held her comments publicly across her social pages. So let's talk about it more in the comments below. Do you feel that counseling was the right solution for these elementary kids, or should they actually receive a harsher punishment after jumping this mother and her son?
All right, folks, look, it has been a...
It's this new parenting. You could never even think about talking back to grown folks, let alone put hands on grown folks. Back in my time, grown folks was grown folks, and you had respect. These kids don't have no respect. For you to look at a grown adult and try to put your hands on them. You see, I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm not gonna lie, man. We couldn't try that shit. Cause them grown folks would have bust our ass. No doubt about it. They'd have bust our ass. You know what I mean? Donald J. Trump. Holy fuck, man. I didn't want to have to touch on the topic, but I gotta touch on the topic though. Those Epstein files could be a real fucking problem. I'm not gonna lie.
Crazy 24 hours with all of this new information we are getting about Donald Trump's deep connection to Jeffrey Epstein. Yesterday, the DOJ dropped a bunch of new Epstein files, many of which implicated Donald Trump, including this letter, which I talked about earlier today on this show. It's that bad. It requires its own episode, which implicated Donald Trump. It is allegedly a letter that Jeffrey Epstein wrote just days before he died to Larry Nassar, that former gymnastics coach who was convicted of similar crimes that Epstein was convicted of and accused of. And in this letter, he implicates Donald Trump. Remember, this is one predator writing to another. He said, "Dear LN, as you know by now, I've taken the short route home," as in taking his own life. "Good luck. We shared one thing, our love and caring for young ladies at the hope they reach their full potential." Absolutely disgusting. "Our president shares our love of young nubile girls. When a young beauty walked by, he loved to grab snatch, whereas we ended up snatching grub in the mess halls of the system. Life is unfair. Yours, J. Epstein." Again, one predator saying to another predator that their friend Donald Trump likes young women like they do. That's as bad as it gets. That's as implicated as you can be. But this was not the only document that mentioned Donald Trump in a...
Okay. before he talks, before he continues. This just been going on so fast, so rapidly, minute after minute, something new. Allegedly, this shit ain't real. It's a fake. Because it didn't have certain, if it was from prison, it didn't have his prison number on it. Certain things that are supposed to be on it to make it a legal document or a certified document coming from prison, it ain't there. So, that which leads us to say now, why is a fake document in y'all possession? How did it fool y'all to be inside the Epstein files, and then when it come out, it's a fake? I don't know. That's just my observation. But let's go.
Very negative way. So I covered this earlier today. I thought it deserved its own video. We're going to cover these other documents right now, which are equally as bad. I really think they're not great. So make sure to subscribe down below, drop a like on the video, comment, let me know what you think about this story. And without further ado, let's get into some of these other documents. So this is one. It's from somebody to somebody, but the names are redacted, so we don't know, but it was signed.
Yo, first of all, fuck this redaction shit. Now I'm sick and tired of all this black shit. Huh? If you gonna give us the documents, give it to us straight. I don't care whose name is in the bitch. If it's not one of the victims, why are we sparing them? So that's all I gotta say. If it's not a victim, why the fuck are we sparing them?
Signed off by an assistant U.S. attorney in the Southern District of New York, and it reads, for your situational awareness, wanted to let you know that the flight records we received yesterday reflect that Donald Trump traveled on Epstein's private jet more times than has previously been reported, or that we were aware, including during the period we would expect to charge in a Maxwell case. In particular, he is listed as a passenger on at least 8 flights between 1993 and 1996, including at least 4 on which Maxwell was also present. He is listed as having traveled with, among others at a various time, Marla Maples, his daughter Tiffany, and his son Eric. On one flight in 1993, he and Epstein are the only 2 listed passengers. On another, the only 3 passengers are Epstein, Trump, and then 20-year-old blank 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 redacted name. On 2 other flights, 2 of the passengers.
Oh, the redacted name is a goddamn, what's the call? Well, it's a victim. Yeah, I mean, because, yo, if Trump and Epstein are on a private plane, the Lolita Express, okay, and they got to redact the girl who's on the plane, it's a victim. That's too obvious. It's the victim. What do you say, Chico? 100% facts. Why are we hiding it? Why are we hiding the evidence, man? See, this is where Trump goes. This is where Trump, like, they want to impeach the nigga. Oh, man. I'm not going to lie, man. I like Trump as a player partner from the 90s, man. I like the player partner. But then, how you going to explain this shit? That's all I got to say. You can't defend this shit.
Passengers, respectively, were women who would be possible witnesses in a Maxwell case. So these are women who knew what was going on, knew what Epstein was doing, knew what Ghislaine was doing, would be witnesses in a case, and were flying on Epstein's plane with Donald Trump. Insanity. We've just finished reviewing the full records, more than 100 pages of very small script, and didn't want any of this to be a surprise down the road. Why is whoever this is emailing somebody else that this might be a surprise down the road? Why are they giving them a heads up that Donald Trump flew on Epstein's plane many times that have previously been unreported? I would like to know that. I think that's pretty suspicious. But a damning email that Donald Trump flew on Epstein's plane more times than has been reported, more times than even they knew, with people who might be witnesses in a Ghislaine case with a 20-year-old blank, blank, blank whose name is redacted, which is curious because maybe that person is a victim. I don't know why they are redacting them in this instance, but pretty bad. But here's more. Here's an official document from the FBI, an official complaint, where it included Donald Trump's name in a pretty disgusting way. So you can read through it if you'd like, but just to give you the brief rundown of it, it says Villeneuve, I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce her name, but Villeneuve took blank back inside and someone told the party that Donald Trump had invited them all to party at Mar-a-Lago. Blank told Villeneuve she wanted to go, but Villeneuve told blank it wasn't that kind of party. It was for prostitutes. Yikes. And Brian Krasenstein says here, a victim, I assume since the name is redacted, claimed that a woman named Ghislaine Lisa Villeneuve told her that the party Trump invited them to was Mar-a-Lago. So I imagine, is that Ghislaine Maxwell or somebody else? I don't know. We don't really know because a lot of it is redacted.
This sounds like some Diddy shit. Because, listen, man. If you, as a woman, what the hell going on here? Am I there frozen? Y'all gotta give me a second, man. I don't know what the hell just happened. Hold on. I don't know why I did that. Hold on a second. Let me pop this right back in here. Hold on a second, y'all. There we go. Let's click this bad boy right back in. Y'all give me a second. Let me pop this camera right back in real quick. I don't know what happened. There we go. There we go. My bad. But it's like, there's no accountability. Guy, listen, bro. Unless you are forced, then you're a victim. If you came on your own concordance, you're not a victim. That's all I got to say. Because it sounds a lot like Diddy shit. You know what I'm saying? It sounds like a lot like Diddy shit. And then on top of that, let's be honest, bro. The president of the United States, unless they're ready to impeach Donald Trump, how far is it going to go? Now, look at all the redactions. Look at all the goddamn, and there's a whole bunch more that I didn't even get into. This is bad. Anyway, yo, Fleetwood Stories, my man. Well, he's not my man, but yeah, I know what I'm talking about. The partner, he's a crazy ass motherfucker, Alpo Martinez. Alpo is crazier than a motherfucker. If y'all watch Paid in Full, y'all know Alpo is crazier than a motherfucker. Hey, yo, Chico, if you was still there, I know you was in Harlem these times, man. I know Jamaica these times. It was a wild times, my partner.
He was one of the city's most notorious dealers, famous since the 1980s for his murderous ways and mountains of cash and immortalized in dozens of rap songs and the movie Paid in Full. But it all came to an end for Alpo Martinez right here on the streets of Harlem, right where it all began.
Yeah, they got that nigga. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they got him.
Wednesday, October 27th, 2021. Previous kingpin and ruthless hitman of Harlem, Alpo Martinez, got off a phone call with former criminal affiliate, AZ. The conversation revolved around inking a contract deal where him, along with Alpo, would collaborate on ventures like film and interviews based on their backstory and Alpo's life. The signing would be scheduled for Sunday, October 31st, but the meetup never happened. As no documents were ever signed, Alpo Martinez, in a hauntingly strange twist of events, was murdered in cold blood. The same Halloween Sunday, the agreement was to be signed in writing. Before the final moments of his life, Alpo was playing a dangerous game. Previously notorious for being a kingpin back in the 80s, there was one other notable history to his name in terms of the gang culture. He was labeled the snitch that sold out his fellow affiliates to dodge capital punishment and a life sentence when the law came knocking on his door.
Huh? How did the police know? The police? Right. I told them. You told them too? Yeah. I had to confess to all these murders in order. Oh, okay. Just in case it came up later. Right. When you in that situation as far as dealing with the government or cooperating with it, you don't just tell them. You got to tell your involvement too. Okay. You don't just tell what other people did. You got to tell what you did too.
Alpo served around 25 years instead of providing investigators with information on his affiliates and confessing to 14 hits, and was given a new identity and life in Lewiston, Maine, under the false name Abraham Rodriguez, where he lived under witness protection.
And some call a snitch after he turned on his associate.
So, yo, Alpo's a real rat. Not only did you kill fucking goddamn Mitch, Money Mitch, you ratted on everybody. Them niggas gave that nigga fucking witness protection. He should have stayed his ass wherever the witness protection was at. He should have stayed there. He'd still be alive today and tell a story. He'd probably be on Netflix with a whole series and shit. You know what I'm saying? That nigga would have did a whole movie on his life like Paid in Full. The motherfucker would have did a whole goddamn series and shit. You know what I'm talking about?
Associates to cut a deal for less prison time. In 2015, he was released from prison after serving more than 20 years.
Alpo Martinez wouldn't be able to let go of his former status, and his ego led to making the first grave error in his decision, making that lead to his end. Videos began emerging of Alpo back in the streets of Harlem, in broad daylight, without a care. To those who were once affiliated with him in the past, Alpo Martinez was an attention junkie. Being arrested and turned into an informant meant he lost in the eyes of the gang culture, but denial and his heavy want to be the king of Harlem led him to not accept defeat and instead parade along the city as proof he was still the feared man of the old times.
Alpo lost.
What we say, Chico? Yeah, he's a real snitch. It's facts. Yo, bro. See, the movie is one thing. But when you really dissect what the man, I mean, we just heard the man say we heard him say out of his own mouth. The nigga told on himself and he told on others.
In the game. You got busted. You became a snitch. Everybody's calling you a rat. So you lost, but he didn't accept the loss, bruh.
Before the very friends and family of those he switched sides on and got imprisoned, Alpo was living his best life, riding luxury vehicles, motorcycles, and skydiving. He was living as if he had never wronged those that trusted him. Alpo went as far as releasing a documentary detailing the how and where of one of his most notorious homicides and betrayals, the murder of his closest friend and business partner, Rich Porter.
Bang, bang. Richard slumped over, and it happened. It happened right here. It happened right here. At this light. At this light, it happened.
Alpo was having the time of his life crossing activities off his bucket list, not knowing that soon that list would never be finished. The final moments of Alpo's life were set in motion.
You kill your partner, and then you go to the place and you're bragging about it like, oh, it was right here. It was right here. Alpo, I'm not gonna lie, man. Alpo kind of got what he deserved. I'm not gonna lie. You didn't go out and just, you know what I mean? I don't know. The gang gave you another chance of life, and instead of just sailing off in the wind, you just couldn't. You couldn't leave the game alone, man. You couldn't leave the attention alone.
On the night of Halloween, October 31st, 2021. Alpo, now comfortable and settled back into Harlem, got ready and made his way to a Halloween party to celebrate and continue enjoying his freedom. His costume of choice was blue jeans, a black shirt, a black leather Louis Vuitton coat with a matching Louis Vuitton hockey mask. Some sources like popular urban entertainment platform, Flat TV, claimed the mask was to hide his identity. So maybe Alpo, even if his ego blurred his sense of logic, was aware that his life could be taken for his past actions. That same night, just hours before he lost his life, someone who identified him as his son posted up Alpo on their Instagram profile as the night was progressing. His son would be revealed to be the...
Yo, Chico, you said the realest shit, Chico. God don't like ugly. That's real. God don't like ugly. No matter what this brother thought. Listen, if he would have, you know what I'm saying, genuinely, even if he ratted, all right, stayed away, knew he fucked up, you know what I'm saying, and made his amends through the universe, maybe it'd been different. But nigga, God don't like ugly. Nope. So no matter what he was going to do with his character, it was going to happen. No matter what he was going to do.
Rapper Paparazzi Poe. At around 3 a.m., Alpo had his fill of the night festivities and was getting ready to hit the road. He would exit the party on West 147th Street and Frederick Douglass Boulevard and entered into his red Dodge Ram just around 3:20 a.m. At that time, an assailant would open fire, hitting Alpo 5 times, about the body, including his chest, chin, and arm. Alpo Martinez, in an attempt to escape, as blood was gushing from his wounds, stomped on the gas, and his vehicle took off. Gasping for breath, he was able to drive about 4 blocks before losing consciousness and crashing into a parked car.
Right in front of the precinct, too. You heard?
Alpo laid in the driver's seat, drawing his last breaths. Around 3:30 a.m., the cops were already alerted of the shooting in the area and arrived on the scene to find Alpo in his vehicle. Paramedics and law personnel were at the time unaware of who he was, and his ID was registered to his witness protection alias, Abraham Rodriguez. Alpo was rushed to Harlem Hospital Center, where he was pronounced dead on arrival. Alpo Martinez was living a life on the edge. No matter how much he pushed forward to reclaim his title as the King of Harlem, his past followed. As his passing became published officially by news outlets, there was a mixture of grief and celebrations. While his son mourned his father's passing on his favorite holiday, Halloween, which was just 2 days before his birthday, others, like Rich Porter's niece and gangsters in the streets of Harlem, were popping champagne, celebrating his end.
Yeah, they got that. Yeah, they got him.
His murder became worldwide news. Every news station was posting the untimely demise of the kingpin that once held Harlem in the palm of his hand.
These are exclusive photos of Alpo Martinez on previous visits to Harlem in recent years, but his latest visit turned out to be his last. On Sunday about 3:20 a.m., police were called to Frederick Douglass Boulevard near West 147th Street. A dark red pickup truck crashed into parked cars. The driver was shot 5 times in the chest through the car window and killed.
I heard 5 shots, 1 and then four consecutive shots after that.
It was Alpo, but his driver's license and other IDs had his witness protection name of Abraham Rodriguez with a Lewiston, Maine address.
Alpo Martinez's homicide marked the end of an era. His name was memorialized throughout the hip-hop culture around the world, often used as an analogy from the classic movie, Paid in Full, that depicted his betrayal to his best friend, Rich Porter. As far as everyone was speculating as to the cause of Alpo's murder, it was due to him turning informant, breaking the code of the gang culture, and placing associates behind bars for his freedom. Even law enforcement believed that to be the reason.
Somebody just, I guess, maybe went out for a reason.
Alpo fucked up. You first of all, Alpo is a classic example of why niggas is not loyal. Your main partner do some shit like that, then you turn around and turn state evidence and tell everybody, rat on everybody. He had to get hit. He couldn't even stay in Maine. Them niggas gave you witness protection and you couldn't even stay in Maine. You think after all the shit that nigga did, he was gonna go back to Harlem? Nah, it wasn't gonna happen.
Revenge, but it's a sad situation, and I just hope, I wish they stop doing this gun.
Others, like a senior law enforcement official, said investigators believed Alpo Martinez likely was back in the illegal trade in Harlem, and they discovered a trail of packets led from his open window to down the street, hinting that he tossed the stash out of the car in a panic when he was shot. However, more rumors began circulating as to what the possible motive could have been. According to Vlad of Vlad TV, he heard that Alpo was involved with a...
Yo, Chico, what he say? He fucked up when he killed Porter. That's when he really fucked up. Yo, when he killed Rich Porter, it was, nigga, there was no reason to kill Rich Porter. Porter was a good nigga. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, look, at the time, the nigga's brother just got, you know what I mean? They kidnapped the brother. And are you gonna do this to your partner? Man, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm not gonna lie, man. That's when he fucked up. And he should never did that to Rich.
Girl that was already in a relationship with another guy. And when the guy confronted Alpo, he was disrespectful to his face. and the guy, in retaliation for being disrespected, took Alpo's life. Alpo's son was asked about his father's passing in connection with the same female involvement theory, and his son answered unsure of what happened. But from his perspective, it had been a spur-of-the-moment reaction for the shooter being embarrassed by his father or something along those lines, because no one, up to that point, touched him, even with how much he was moving around freely.
Like, who do you think will kill me? Me? Yeah. Who? Like, they say it's a problem with some girls or something.
Yeah, bro. I don't know who is stupid enough to even try to bust a move like that. Like, whoever that was, bro, they either, he had to embarrass them or something.
From the viewpoint of his past criminal affiliate, AZ, Alpo took his own life when he gave up the second chance in Maine after testifying against his friends and returned to Harlem. Amidst all the rumors and theories, investigators would be on the trail of a suspect.
The man should have never went back to Harlem. Yeah, that man should have never went back to Harlem. Like Biggie shouldn't have went to Cali. He shouldn't have went back to Harlem. You know what I'm saying? She could always say, Rich was loved through all of Harlem, and Alpo was jealous of that. Believe me, I know he was envious of Porter because of that. Yo, Alpo was a jealous ass nigga of your own partners. That's why I keep my circle small, man. And I ain't got no hate in my blood for nobody, man. If you getting it, I got love for you, man. Show me how to get it. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying, why you gonna hate on a player for getting it? Come on, man.
And in February 2022, reports broke that 27-year-old Shaquem Parker was arrested for the hit of Alpo Martinez. According to reports of what happened, Alpo Martinez was taken out over his habit of driving dangerously down Harlem streets on his motorcycle. A law enforcement official told news outlets that Alpo had crashed with Parker over the summer when Alpo, riding his motorcycle, brushed past Parker in a way that showed disrespect. That was enough to push the 27-year-old to the point of revenge. Parker is being charged for taking the life of Alpo, along with criminal possession of a weapon. Parker was already apprehended at Rikers.
A 27-year-old little nigga over some speeding shit? Yo, justice served. Street justice served in the motherfucker. In the motherfucker.
Island on a prior case by the time he was charged as the suspect in Alpo's homicide.
Now at 5:37, 2 men are in jail this morning.
All right. I got 2 Fleetwood Stories today. I ain't gonna lie, I got 2 of them motherfuckers. You know what I mean? The holidays. Shit. Yo. All right. If y'all watching, this is some real shit. Y'all remember Sakchaser and Juvy. All right. YNW Melly. The nigga's still in jail right now for the double murder of these 2 brothers right here. We breaking down the situation. And YNW Melly's been in jail for the last, goddamn 8 years. Still waiting trial for this situation. At 2026, we're going to find out what's going to happen. So let's get down to the smoke.
Including an up-and-coming Florida rapper. Both men are charged in a double. Police are saying the 2 staged a crime scene to make it look like a drive-by shooting.
Back in October, we actually have aerial footage of the scene at Memorial Miramar Hospital. The victims, Anthony Williams and Christopher Thomas Jr., were dropped off at the hospital where they were pronounced dead.
October 26, 2018, at 4:35 a.m., Cortland Henry, a young rapper known by YNW Bortland, entered the emergency room at Memorial Miramar on 1701 Southwest 172nd Avenue, requesting assistance for 2 passengers in his vehicle. Medical staff would remove 2 passengers, both unresponsive with multiple gunshot wounds. The vehicle, a 2018 Jeep Compass with Florida registration, number IEKD-22, showed signs of an altercation riddled with bullet holes. The passenger, Anthony Williams, known as the rapper YNW Sakchaser, removed from the front right passenger seat, had gunshot wounds to his torso and head. while the right rear passenger...
First of all, you got to be a retarded ass nigga to just unalive two of your partners and then drive them to the hospital. What are you talking about? You know how bad you gotta spin that shit? Yo, these little niggas is little niggas.
Christopher Thomas Jr., known under the stage name YNW Juvy, had bullet wounds to his back and head. Staff would pronounce both deceased at the hospital. The driver, YNW Bortland, was questioned, and initial recounts of what led to the two deceased went as follows. They all departed a recording studio in Fort Lauderdale, driving on I-595 to the I-75, exiting at Miramar Parkway, heading west. The moment they drove past Southwest 106th Ave, Dykes Road, a vehicle pulled next to them and started shooting. Portland, realizing the danger, lowered his body position to the floorboard in a protective posture to avoid being shot. But when he got back up, his friends Juvy and Sakchaser were noticed injured. But rewinding to 2 hours before the two lost their lives, the story was about to take a turn that would shock law personnel and the families of the deceased when the truth was discovered. October 25, 2018, YNW Juvy and YNW Sakchaser woke up not knowing their lives would come to an end. They spent the day as they would any other day, and later on arranged to meet up with who they considered their best friends, YNW Bortland, and the leader of their YNW group, Jamel Maurice Demons, known as the hip-hop star YNW Melly. The name YNW translated to Young N-Word World.
Ain't nobody make it out of here. They dream, they stopped them in high school. Me and all my niggas, we had the same dream going up.
A group of childhood friends that came together to make it out to a better life. The four go way back to childhood days, overcoming the harsh realities of their environment to achieve their dream of success in the music industry. Their bond was strong, or at least that's what Juvy and Sakchaser thought. But just hours before they were about to come together that night, they were unaware their bond would be tested. The night of October 25th came. The members of the crew arranged to drive to the New Era recording studio at 805 Northeast 4th Ave in Fort Lauderdale. After finishing up at the studio, they left in the early morning, October 26th, while it was still dark, confirmed by surveillance at the studio premises. All four entered the Jeep in a specific seating arrangement. YN Bortland was in the driver's seat, YNW Melly located in the left rear passenger seat, YN Sakchaser in the right front passenger seat, and YNW Bortland in the right rear passenger seat. At this point, unbeknownst to Juvy and Sakchaser, something is strangely wrong. Their life is in grave danger.
So Bortland and the other one was in the back. Melly was in the back. And then Bortland turned state evidence. So, you know what I mean? So Bortland cool. Melly's still in jail. And from the forensics, it came from Melly's side of the goddamn car.
But by someone they'd never expect. Here's where the story of the final moments to their life stands at a crossroads. If following the scenario given by YNW Bortland, along their journey leaving the studio, a car pulled up and did a drive-by, basically spraying up the vehicle, ending the lives of YNW Juvy and YNW Sakchaser.
Yo, that's some bullshit. There ain't no goddamn drive-by. Impossible. Them two niggas was driving. Y'all two niggas was in the back. How y'all didn't get hit? They were just spraying the whole car. Just drove by. And if it was different, if they just, whoever was just looking for the two or one person who's in the front of the car, that's a whole different story. But according to what you said, it went.
While him and Melly escaped scot-free, as Melly wasn't present in the vehicle. But after conducting their investigation given Bortland's story, detectives painted a far more sinister end to the duo. And this is where I'd imagine Juvy and Sakchaser felt betrayed and totally confused when
And these niggas, and Melly's so retarded. You know he had a tattoo of Juvy and Sakchaser on him. So you got tattoos of your niggas and turn around and do this to your niggas? Little niggas.
came to a halt at hours before dawn on October.
You guys tried to stage a crime scene. Said it was a drive-by shooting. Say you trying to help your friends out. These kids it wasn't premeditated from what I can see. It was just in the spur of the moment. Whatever happened in that car, whatever the argument was, it went left. And then they tried to cover their tracks. 2 lives are lost. Now we could all say, yeah, free Melly, free Melly, free Melly. But 2 lives have been lost. I even caught myself saying free Melly. But 2 lives have been lost, and it's your partners. And it wasn't no drive-by. It happened in the car. So the game is what the game is, but somebody has to be held accountable. And we're going to find out what happens in 2026 to YNW Melly. You know what I'm talking about? Yo, tomorrow, what we say? Hold on, what we say? Lady, what we say? But they went but they went unscathed. They did not think about their plan clearly. They did not think about their plan. I don't even think they had a plan. I don't think them little niggas even had a plan. They just fuck nigga. I don't know what they were thinking. Because none of it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? And like they stupid. Like you don't think the forensics is gonna find out where and which direction the bullets came from? That is their job. We in 2026 in a few days. You know what I'm saying? These niggas got all kind of motherfucking shit we don't know about. You know what I mean? So them niggas wasn't thinking it out. You know what I'm saying? And we get to the end of the year, the last weekend of the year. So we know what we doing? We're going live all weekend. We're going live tomorrow, same time as today, 11:30 Eastern Standard Time, roll call. You know what I'm saying? Tomorrow's show, we got a whole bunch of shit to get into, just like today's show. You know what I'm talking about? Let me salute to everybody that tuned in, because the time of time where I salute everybody. You know what I'm talking about? We had Africa tune in today. Somebody named Henny. Shout out to Henny from Africa, man. You know what I'm talking about? All them folks in Africa. We got a number love for y'all. You know what I'm saying? South Africa, West Africa, North Africa, East Africa. It's all love because I'm from the west side of Africa. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to Lady T. Salute to you as always. You know what I'm talking about? Chico, my player partner, my partner player. Salute to your player partner. You know what I'm talking about? To everybody watching, man. Happy holidays. I hope y'all had a very, very good Christmas. Spend time with y'all families. You know what I'm talking about? I myself don't really do the Christmas thing, but y'all know how it goes. I still got love for y'all. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be back at it tomorrow, same time, Eastern Standard Time, roll call, 11:30 in the morning, 8 a.m. Y'all know how we do it. And as always, play on, player. Play on.